Hello, welcome to the Steam Release Podcast. We are the show that digs the release list so that you don't have to. We dig up the gems from the mucky mire and present them to you on a silver platter. Welcome to our show. And joining me today are the lovely, the rouge, pink, pretty in pink. We have Roadypie.
Hello!
Hello!
And joining us, you know him, you love him, by maybe a different name, but welcome back, Tommybyrd.
Hi, what's up? I'm the artist formerly known as Prince, or at least the online version with all the mandatory name changes. You give me 60 days to change a name, I'm going to use it.
It's always good to redefine yourself from time to time. So
you say that, but then everyone's like, "Who are you?" And it's like, I don't even know anymore. Who am I? I have an existential crisis with my own name.
Yes. We're on this jovial morning. It's beautiful in this cold January day.
How cold is it there, Dewey? How cold is it?
Oh, it's 55. It's just so cold.
I will fight you.
So I'm in San Diego, so cold to me is very different than cold to our dear, like, frozen hell Wisconsin gent here.
Yeah, it's currently 3 degrees. Bite me.
Fahrenheit, by the way. So that's
Fahrenheit.
Quite negative Celsius.
It's quite mild here. I'm not complaining.
minus 16 Celsius.
Wow.
Rody, yeah. I don't think you have you ever experienced minus 16 Celsius?
I've never. That's just insane to me.
So I think Za's also in SoCal, but I'm a bit more inland, so it's a bit cooler. But yeah. Yeah, it is a bit cooler being a little more inland. But yeah, so our introductions are over. So what did we play? So starting up, Tom, what have you been up to?
So this week I finally tried the Not for Broadcast prologue. That game, I know we talked about it on the podcast several weeks ago. I forgot last time I was on, but I know we talked about it then.
It was before the vacation.
Yeah, before the vacation. The full release, I think, still planned for the 30th. This was the free demo of it. The demo is good. If you like those stress simulators, and I'm talking about the ones where like you have to juggle a lot of things, think like Papers, Please. Game played really well. Reminded me of my old like college days of sitting in like a production booth of like, oh cool, I'm running cameras, I'm running this, I'm cool, okay, yep, this is stressful again. I feel like I'm back at work. Which I know it sounds like a bad thing, but as I said, if you like the style of Papers, Please, I really wish I could have paid more attention to the FMVs going on, like the story and all that, but I was juggling so much, and that was the tutorial. And they did a brilliant thing of like holding your hand for so the tutorial, the prologue lasts maybe 25 minutes. They hold your hand for the first 10, and then after that you're kind of on your own, which was fantastic. They really taught you everything as you went along. You didn't feel like you were stressed out in that first little bit, but afterwards it was, oh my god, I'm gonna get fired and this is a video game. Yeah. But for a game that kind of on the outside looked a little slight bit janky on the outside of just like the old graphic style point and click where it looks like we're a couple decades behind, it plays smooth. And it's you can have everything mapped to a keyboard, you can move everything around on a mouse. So yeah, that was Not for Broadcast prologue. And then the other game that I played this week is actually popping up in our honorable mentions, so I will shut up about it for now.
Okay, yeah, you can talk about it when we get to there. Sure. Yeah. Alrighty. And Rody, what about you? What have you been up to?
So I've been mainly playing Final Fantasy XI, but I did I played about an hour and a half of Path of Sin, Greed.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yep.
Yeah, so it's a hidden object game, but it's more murder mystery. This is another one I actually play tested, and I've only just got round to playing it, and it's the actual playtest. That was a generous chunk of the game.
Oh wow!
It was, yeah, so I was so it was really. It's really nice getting into it, but you're supposed. There are a lot of mechanics going on, a lot of different mechanics. So you're supposed to sort of like link. You've got your evidence book, you've got your investigation file, and you're supposed to like put clues to questions. It's like, okay, so when was the time of death? When was who's the main suspect? Why do you think this person has died? So you're going to you're a detective, and you've got a partner as well, and you're going to an island that's just like, it has a castle on it, and a security guard had died, which looks like suicide, but you're investigating further, you see that he was murdered, and you've got to find out who's committed the crime and why. And at the end of the playtesting, someone else has met their fate, and it cuts off there, and that's just where I've gotten up to now. So
a playtester met their fate? They're murdering the playtesters? The ultimate mystery. Okay, I'm intrigued by this game.
But yeah, no, it's really, really well written, and I can't see like anything too wrong with it. The only thing is when it is like a pet peeve of mine, like with some even point and click games, when you're picking up items and you don't know before you know why you're picking them up for. Or you're doing an action like before you realize why just like, oh, that's a thing to pick up, I'll just stick that in my pocket.
Yeah,
why?
it kind of breaks you from the immersion of the game, sort of thing.
Yeah, no, completely. And there might be a couple of times where it was like, okay, now where do I go now? Why? I'm not sure what you need me to do. There was, when you've collected like one part of the evidence, it has a little icon at the bottom, and you're supposed to bring that icon up to your partner, and they says, yes, right, well, this is what we found out so far, blah 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 blah, this is why they've done. And I was like, didn't get that. I think because I skipped the tutorial, because if you play a lot of hidden object games, you kind of know the drill, so you don't need to do the tutorial. But this one, I think like there are certain aspects that you do need to do, because there's so many new mechanics they brought in.
It's so is this part of like a series of the sort of 7 Deadly Sins sort of thing? Is it they're trying to do?
Well, I can't find another one yet. I don't know if this is published by Artifex Monday, but the developer is somebody else, Cordelia Games, and I'm not sure if they are going to bring out any more, because it's a fairly good one, and there's some positive reviews, standing at 91%, but there's only like 24 reviews so far. But
it'd be interesting to see, and it's probably going to be based on how well this one does, if they continue that series or not. Because it looks like they're open to like, here's potential other ones of Path of Sin with another deadly sin instead of greed.
I am curious. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious if like this is going to lead into like if you get to the end and then it's a cliffhanger. Curious.
Oh my god, I'll have to let you know next week.
Let us know.
But yeah, I would love for there, like, so far I'm really enjoying it, so I'd love for there to be like another one. Can't wait for Gluttony. Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty great.
But yeah, I mean I've installed Astrologasta, so I will be playing that this week, and so yeah, I'm finishing Path of Greed, and playing Astrologaster.
Working on through.
Yeah.
So this past week, something really awesome happened. My pick of Game of the Year last year was Slay the Spire, and they just got a free update in which they added a new character to play with. She's called the Watcher, and I'm wondering if they actually have any images of her. This new update. Let me see. I have to go down here. Bingo. Yeah. So the Watcher. Let me see. Nope. They don't have any proper images that I can just sort of show off. But so it's just added some new mechanics, new gameplay. It's really worth, if you finish this game, it's really worth jumping back in. The new mechanics are excellent. The new character is at the same time extremely overpowered, but very fragile. So there's not a lot of room for mistakes with playing her. And so it's a cool new addition. So the Watcher, who's like a blind wizard, and they do a lot of neat symbology. It's a neat symbolism with being this sort of a lot of religious symbolism involving blindness, etc., involved with her. Sort of
if you scroll to recent events and announcements, it's got the patch v 2.0 with an image of her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, right there. So yeah, she's pretty cool. It's neat. Awesome themes. I like it a lot. And I also jumped into Crosscode, a game that was so kindly gifted to me by Roadypie. And I've played up to level 10, I think. Yeah, I think my character's now level 10. Basically got to the first city. I did some questing around there. I'm on my way to the second city on this beautiful autumnal path. The game is so smooth. It's beautiful. The music is super catchy, like it gets stuck in your head kind of thing, even when you're not playing. And it's just a solid, fun game. I can't believe I didn't check this out back when it released. So
yeah, this looks so good.
It's so good. It is an excellent action combat, a sort of ARPG game. I do recommend playing with a controller. It is not ideal to play with a keyboard and mouse. It's possible, but use a controller. Trust me. You can get them for $20 from the store. Just get a controller. Do it.
Ooh, and there's a demo too if you want to try it out.
Yeah, there is, and the demo is pretty decent. It basically is the entire tutorial of the game. So that way, if you play the demo and you get the game, just go ahead and click the option to skip the tutorial. So,
okay.
You will have already done that.
Yeah.
Awesome. And the story is great, the writing is excellent, and there was one more thing. Oh, and it just released New Game Plus. So they have New Game Plus with like dozens of more hours of content. It's probably going to take me about 70 hours to do just the base completion of it. It's a huge game.
Nice. So this will keep you busy for a while. Is this going to be the game that you try to complete during the year? Your new obsession, maybe?
I'm going to really try. And I really want to complete because in questing, they don't hold your hand through the questing, so you've got to remember stuff. So you really have to read the quest text and pay attention to map locations, because the map doesn't have labels until you add them personally. So
right.
It does not hold your hand when it comes to questing, which I do like. It's a loss of convenience for sure and quality of life, but it definitely, I find, at least for me, it makes me more engaged in the world, knowing they have to pay attention to all these things.
Yeah.
That is Crosscode. And that's all the games I played this week. We have... I guess we're ready for the honorable mentions.
Yay!
Which we have a lot of them. The first one is sort of a general... there's a lot of stuff. Sock Pop has been releasing a ton of games. You may have seen a ton of their games show up in the release list again. It's not that they released recently, it's just they've rebundled their games into seasons. So they've got so many games. Sock Pop is a voracious developer. That's because they release a game every 2 weeks. Yes. So it's always the same, as sort of similar aesthetic. some of their games are definitely good enough to get featured on our weekly release list show. But yeah, they even have like a subscription service where you pay $3 a month and you just get access to all their games as they release them. It's an interesting model.
No.
Yeah, there's two things about that. So you're not necessarily going to isn't not going to be like a particularly deep gameplay loop, really. And I'm wondering, we talk about like a sausage factory of games sort of thing.
They kind of meet that definition.
And the thing is, they didn't have all these games up before, because when we looked at Soko Loco, when they released that, they didn't have all those games up.
Yeah.
So these one they have just put up
I think these were featured on their website before.
Yeah.
Because many of them have. If you actually open up the game list, like they actually have a release date that's May 19th, 2019, instead of Yep.
Yeah, and the rest is like we've got like Hoko Poco, which is going out on the 17th. So there was a lot of them will come out on the 17th of January. But yeah, it's this. Do you want games that someone's maybe not spend an awful lot of time on, and they've got this thing of like a 2-week cycle sort of thing? It's good for like an experiment, or if you're doing like game jams or something. But I'm not sure. Is it good for the customer? They want something like this, or it's. I'm sure there are some that are like really, really great experiences, but there's some that's just like,
Yeah, like I'm watching, the Soko Loco going, okay, I actually kind of want to play it. It's really cute.
Yeah. And that one was brought out last year, so that one they seem to spend a bit more time on. It's also, whereas Hoko Poco,
some of the games, I feel almost like they're pitches, because some of the games they do end up going back to and expanding upon, and making more fleshed out. It's a really weird thing, but yeah, it's like a game jam. I think this is for those people who want just sort of an afternoon or an hour game to jump into, and it's like, oh, this looks weird, play this. It's definitely, they definitely provide variety. It's an interesting approach, but yeah, as far as like, I don't think any of these games would win Game of the Year. Probably.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Bombini, and it's a game about bees trying to survive. So you collect pollen, sustain your hive, and watch out for scary spiders. So there's, it's just really, really interesting. Like,
it is neat because they do a different genre. They seem to do also like a different genre, like every few games. It's just like entirely different. Like they also have a desert survival game where it functions like a survival game, and that's just it's really bizarre. They just do all of these. But yeah, so that is Sock Pop. The Sock Pop collections are all available for those interested in that sort of niche experience, that niche rush experience. Yeah. And that spider is highly disturbing. Oh, wrong. There we go. Our next honorable mention is Hot Shot Burn.
Hilariously violent party brawler that lets you compete in the galaxy's ultimate televised blood sport. Experience crazy couch battles full of ridiculous flukes and insane skill shots for up to 4 players.
Yeah, this is another one of those like 4-player competitive games. This one does have online PvP, thankfully. It does have that.
Oh, it does.
So I feel like we could have this huge collection of games that are 4-player.
Yeah.
4-player multiplayer for all the people who unfortunately don't have a Steam box that they can just hook up to their TV and play with friends. There's not a lot of Steam boxes out there.
No, and they don't make them anymore.
No.
Interestingly, this is by Artifix Mundi.
It is. I didn't notice that.
so the last game they brought out was a proper point and click, didn't have hidden object mechanics at all, but an actual point and click game. And now this is their
point and murder.
Yeah, their next game. So they're expanding sort of their range of games they're bringing out.
Awesome.
I'm hoping they're still going to be doing some hidden object games in the future, because they do like really good narrative games. But I'm curious as to, but whether they've thrown in maybe a little bit of story in this one, I don't know. But it's always interesting to keep an eye on this studio, because exciting things happening.
Yeah, whenever it's sort of like so if rest in peace Telltale Games, if Telltale Games had gotten into like the ARPG market, just suddenly released an ARPG, it would be like, that's interesting. I wonder how this is gonna be. So yeah, that is peculiar, Artifix Mundi, but I guess we shall see if it's just an experiment, or if it's a new direction, or if it's just like, oh hey, we also do these. So that is curious. Hotshot Burn. Our next honorable mention is and of course Hotshot Burn is $14.99 US, if for those interested.
$10.99.
Starfetcher's Pilot. So yeah, this is just a pilot. There we go. Alrighty.
Yep, the introduction to a wild ride with gangsters and deep state conspiracy theories.
This looks so funny. They have like these cone heads, and then this weird funky animation with them using the katanas. It reminds me of what is that? The Free Webs? No, Congregate. Who was before Congregate?
Yeah, Newgrounds.
Newgrounds? Yeah, I'm thinking of also another one, but I guess that one was more niche. But yeah, Newgrounds, sort of like back when back in 2001, you'd get on the computer at the library and play a game like this. So it really reminds me of that. It's neat that that aesthetic is sort of coming back.
It reminds me of the game that came out last year, and that was about guy he couldn't sleep or something, and he was wielding a katana, and he was killing bad guys and stuff. I can't remember what the name is, but you know which game I mean. It's very popular indie title.
No, is that the one where people are partying? Is like, no, I want to sleep. I'm trying.
No. It's a guy wielding a katana, and he's.
And I think katana's actually in the name too.
Yeah, and he speaks to a therapist in between missions.
Katana Zero.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Just sort of like the setting, I guess. I think Katana Zero is a bit more. I don't know. I'd put Katana Zero, like cream of the crop kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think not the animation and everything. I think it's like sort of reminds me of that. But obviously, Katana Zero a lot more polished. Yeah.
Where this looks fun, and right now, of course, it's the free pilot, free demo on it. So it's something like I'd be willing to give it a try, even though the art is so the background art is actually pretty good. The foreground art is
the character art is just bizarre, and the cutscene art is really nice though.
Yeah, the cutscene art obviously very done by someone else. It looks amazing. Looks pretty amazing.
So, and this is by the dev Svavelsticken.
They're sticking it where?
Yeah. Svavelsticken. Have they done any other games? Nope, it's their only game. But yeah, that is Starfetcher's Pilot, and it is of course free because it's the pilot. Alrighty, we have a game that you got to play this week. It was Mad Tower Tycoon as our next honorable mention. What did you think about it? The full release.
I really need my soapbox for this one. Like patriotic music in the background. this game. So if you like Sim Tower back in the day, this is definitely an attempt to recreate the nostalgic and the magic that is that, and the mechanics work. The game runs, but it's awful. So your options when you first get into the game, it's sandbox or scenarios. It's like, oh cool, let me try out one of the scenarios. Okay, boots you in, and it was just like, okay, you can't build this, but what's my goal? Oh, there's goals, but they're hidden inside menus and hover overs. And then there's the, oh cool, okay, if you want to do a tutorial, you have to go into sandbox, select tutorial down below to learn this, and it like stops at a point where it's like, oh cool, I know how to do like 3 or 4 things. What are all these 40 other buttons for? what how do I do oh, this is piling up, like how do I take care of that? Nope, no freaking idea. Functionally works just fine. It is, and especially too, like for like a management game where you're going to be sitting 9 times out of 10 in a super fast forward mode. When you kind of get stuff down, it runs smooth, it runs fine. It's just, what the is going on? And this game was sitting in early access for a long time. Like I played this early on when it first came out, and it was jank garbage. So it did get a little better, but now it's fully released, and it's still kind of jank garbage. It's, as I said, it's functional. It is 100% functional, but
it's just frustration. You felt frustration in playing.
It's a lack of user friendly.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not very user friendly. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'd probably recommend people play High Rise.
Yeah, we've talked about that. That one's another tower sim.
Yeah. It's like it's really good. Tutorial is very user friendly, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just really relaxing as well. And you can, it's easy to sort of assess why someone wants to move out, and everything is like, this place smells blah 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 blah, things like that. It's pretty good. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it, like, so they'll give you like indications on when people want to move out or why they wanted to move out, but it's
fixing it though. It's like, how do I fix that? How do I address this issue? And that's
exactly the thing. And it's there's no snap grid design for like putting stuff down, so it's like, oh cool, I'm gonna put this building here. Oh cool, I accidentally now left a gap between that. Or it's like you try to line stuff up perfectly and you can't quite tell if you're on top of it or not. It's just it's rough. Visually it looks fine. Like, it looks like a much updated version of Sim Tower. It is what it is. And like, and I know there was a few like complaints of like, oh cool, here's a hotel that you put together. Why are the people like walking through each other's rooms and stuff like that? And it's like, well, you got to imagine there is a hallway in front of that with the room connection there, but this way you got the layout on the side. I understood that one. I know it was a common complaint, but I at least understood the logic behind of like, well, if you put a hallway in front, you're not going to see what's behind it, so we just did this for simplicity.
I mean, it's one of the things that we've spoken about with sim games. It's like whether they do a robust tutorial. It's always like a big caution thing for me, because I got one of the ones that's like Planet Coaster or something like that.
Yeah.
And just they didn't have like an inbuilt tutorial. It was just, you had to look on, they had like a dedicated YouTube channel where you could look these things up, because that was much more easier for them to do than programming that in. And it's like, no, I want to play. I want to I learn by playing, and so it helps if you had a robust tutorial.
Yeah, and this royally needed that, where it's like it's either why put in this really half-assed tutorial that just drops suddenly? Like, oh, cool, you know everything you need to know to play. Good luck, bye. Like, no.
It's like, but
Like, just take it out.
don't leave me.
Yeah, it's like, oh, cool. What do half of these other buttons do?
It's like
Thanks,
it's like when you're learning how to ride the bike and your dad takes off the training wheels and then he just pushes you. And you're just like, what?
So you're done now. You're good.
Okay,
But
down the
imagine
hill
your
you
father
go.
did that and you have a motorcycle instead.
But I don't know how to brake. Yep. Surprisingly, I didn't break any bones. Anyway, we're ready for our release list now that we're done sort of griping about Mad Tower Tycoon, which is $13.49 US if you still want to check it out.
Don't do it. For the love of God, don't do it. Unless they fix this game. No.
Yeah, 10% off right now at $9.89.
Starting off, we have cute girls committing not so cute felonies in the lovely pixel art game Orangeblood.
Welcome to New Costa. It's the end of the 20th century on a historic timeline different from that which we know. A man-made island off the coast of Okinawa is humming with a dirty, exotic vibe, and it's awesome. Okay.
So yeah, this
Awesome.
it is. Yes,
It's
and it's
like,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. they put that in there. It's like they knew I was going to read this out loud. I like them. I like this already.
Yeah, I just think it's fascinating. You're just kind of like playing as these characters. It's just like, oh yeah, they're schoolgirls, but they're also like part of the underbelly. Like they're assassins and they're loan sharks, and they just like, oh yeah, we go to school, but then we have the side job.
Yeah.
It's just it's got a great aesthetic to it. Just turn-based combat, so nothing particularly revolutionary there, but the artwork is beautiful.
It is. It's unfortunate it's standing at mixed reviews right now, and there's like 101 reviews so far, and only 67% of them are positive. And Metacritic it's standing at 46.
Ooh.
Yeah. Someone's put here, Temi Neko. Cons, the writing is 70% cuss words, 20% untranslated text, really.
Oh no.
And 10% text falling outside the text boxes. Really, on a $20 game, all enemies, bosses, and loot creates level up with you. Bad news for bosses that all seem to get 3 turns to your 1. Save points are practically non-existent, so you get used to trudging along in an area. No quick pit stops, no way to save and come back later. You're pretty much forced into clearing entire areas before being able to save again, not even before bosses. There's no healing items to using in battle. Very cluttered map and poor navigation. Turn off slide tilt if you want to see things. So yeah, this is like it's a big laundry list of no's here.
Yeah.
It sounds like something they should have put in early access for a while, if just to clear up a few of these things.
Little issues, because I mean, it looked gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Another complaint I'm running into is there is no full screen option. This is like forced windowed. I'm like, no.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that it needed to get a proper localization, because there's a lot of like Japanese PC games that are only windowed. And so this probably needed a lot more polish and a lot more like, hey, this is going to a wider market. You should probably like get that ready.
Yep. Looking at percentages of everything. I've recently learned that I am 60% chocolate milk, 60% pizza, and 20% bad at math.
Okay.
It's such a shame, because it's like, there are so many ways to contact people, sort of in the industry, or just even like interested in games now, and you know, say, oh, are you able to do looking for localization? You know, so I wonder if you could help me. There's so many resources that if you are a developer, you can do it fairly cheaply now, which is a shame.
Yeah, it really is a shame. It's not quite reaches potential. Hopefully it's gonna get an update, but I don't see. Okay, they have been having some announcements regarding a bug which prevents story progression, available worldwide now, but I don't know. Hopefully the devs are going to realize, look in the mixed review that they need to change some things. Yeah. So we live in an evolving media now, so hopefully it can become what it could be. All right. Next, something a bit more. Oh yeah, wait, we got prices. It is $19.99 US.
And it is no percentage off this week. It's £15.49.
Mm-hmm. Next, something a bit more wholesome. We have Little One, a visual novel by Dim Sum One.
Can you take him in for a while? Oh, I'm sorry, I jumped you. No,
yeah, I'm trying to find it. No, where is it? Little One.
Published by Geeku Games. Geeku.
There we go. I have to search very particularly. There we go. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
My apologies. I was trying not to jump you today. No. First time of the new year. No.
I forgive you.
It's over. GG, everyone. GG. Can you take him in for a while? One fateful night, an old friend drops by with an orphan boy and asks me to take him in. And not just any boy. There seems to be some hidden secrets bubbling just beneath the surface of that innocent face. Might want to get that looked at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this was actually originally released in China, or in Chinese. I don't know if specifically in China, but it was originally had a Chinese release back in 2018. However, they got a new publisher, so they couldn't have the same listing, because they do have a different publisher for the English release. So I just actually was able to find that out today, because, of course, the Chinese release is all in Chinese. So it's impossible to search when you're doing, like, Google search. And, of course, the studio name is Dim Sum One in Chinese, but they use Chinese characters. Of course. So that was one reason why I couldn't find it. But yes, I was requested to curate this game, so I've played it and checked it out. It is actually pretty good as far as visual novels go, and this is someone who's only played like 3 or 4. But this one was pretty enjoyable. The localization is excellent, I have to say. It is excellently localized. So if you're looking for a good story with a kind of an element of mystery and being sort of like a mother that's been kind of forced into a mothering situation, it's a very wholesome, interesting story. So, yep, that is Little One.
Did you get any more of the endings? Because I know you said you got 2 of the endings.
I'm
Did you?
working on getting my 3rd ending. So far I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but I'm working on my 3rd ending. I'm thinking that I'm going to get one of the kind of like another bittersweet ending though, so I don't think I'm going to get the good ending.
Have you got the mega happy ending? If there is a mega happy ending.
I think there is. I think I know where he messed up. So right. I think there is a super happy ending, but you have to, because the dialogue options and how you build his stats. Let me see. He has a stat screen, doesn't he? Oh no, there we go. Yeah, so he has a stat screen here, and you can develop up his strength, wisdom, int, and trust, and then of course there's his fear, and it's not always. It doesn't always make sense what things can increase his fear and what things don't, but it does in retrospect, and it making sense because like, wait a second, when I am acting as her. Like the character that you're playing, you have to think in a way that he perceives her acting. It's not about how you perceive yourself acting. So,
okay.
So it's because it's all from his perspective. What is going to increase his fear, and then you have to go and like, okay, what is his possible background that is making him more fearful of this reaction? Even though it seems super nice and genuine what you're doing, it doesn't necessarily decrease his anxiety. So it's a very interesting mechanic. So
Interesting.
and I'm hoping I think I'm gonna get another kind of middling. So there's 9 different endings, including the ending, which I love, is that like, oh, can you take him in? No. And then you have like, it goes on a little bit longer, a little bit more story, and then like, yeah, you turned him away. I love that. That's one of the 9 endings. It's just like, no, I'm not taking him in. No, go. I haven't seen you in years, and then you just come here with some kid.
You dump him on the doorstep.
It's like, no.
So that always remind me of like the Far Cry things where like if you don't do anything at the beginning of the game, you actually trigger a bonus ending. And I learned about that a hard way because it's like I got into the game and like a phone call came in, so it's like, oh, I stepped away from the computer real quick, come back, and it's like, oh, what is going on now? And I had the entire plot line of the game spoiled. It's like I came back and here's this special secret ending going on. I'm like, oh, son of a no. No.
Oh no.
So yeah, it just reminded me of that.
It's 15% off right now. It's £6.11.
Yep, it is $8.49 US with, of course, a discount. So it takes about 3 hours to get the full ending, first like full ending, and then if you fast forward through a certain point, I would say it probably takes about an hour for each other ending. Or like you go back to a certain save point and start from there, like on a different branch. So yeah, so and they do have like some really good quality of life that lets you sort of fast forward to where you left off and where you branched. So that's pretty convenient. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find all the endings. That is, I think what I'm gonna do today, actually. See if I can do that. But yeah. Next, we have something from Raising Boys to Raising Bunnies. Our next title is Bunny Park by Eloise Game Dev.
Manage your own bunny park. Give snacks and toys to your bunnies. Improve and decorate your park to increase its popularity. And collect all the bunnies. Collect them all.
Collect all the bunnies.
This is adorable. I was going to make a bunny ranch joke. And I was like, no, this game is too cute to make a terrible joke like that. I'm in love already.
Yeah. Eloise LaRoche is her last name. Her Twitter tag is Eloise Game Dev. Anyhow, but yeah, from Montreal, Quebec. But yeah, this is really cute.
That is so cute. It's like got farming and bunnies all like wrapped into one sort of thing.
Yeah. This artwork is amazing. It's so cute. Everything looks like it functions well.
I do wish the bunnies moved a little bit faster. they do seem a little slow.
Have you ever had a stubborn bunny before? It happens.
You know, they can just like walk around. It's like, oh, but do they ever run? They just seem to like, they're just like, I'm in the garden, I'm eating, and I mean that's what a bunnies can mostly do. But I mean, they play too. But yeah, it is very cute. Eloise is also developing another game called Alchemy Story. And it is in early access right now, and I think the models for the bunnies actually, well, they're similar, not the same, but they do also have bunnies too. So but this one's in early access and seems to be a bit more of a wider scope of. But yeah.
Ooh, yeah, really. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Alchemy Story right now, and instead of having like the isometric perspective, it's more cameras brought down even a bit too. But yeah, same color scheme, art design, UI. Actually looks a little more fleshed out in Alchemy Story than what of course the game that we're looking at, Bunny Park's UI, is very minimalistic. Which is nice because it's like you get to take in the scenery when you are building stuff. The UI pops in where necessary. This game is so cute, and it's right now it's $3.99, normally $5. That's not bad for a cute little build, like simulation game with really cute bunnies.
Yeah, it's £3.19, so 20% off. So yeah, it's just Oh,
Yep.
they're just so cute. They're so cute.
It seems
I
like
mean,
just kind of a
it's
small
just something,
side project, yeah.
nice, relaxing little game. It's some like nice little distraction. That's so cute.
So many bunny mousy games. So cute. But yeah. I feel like cute is probably just the theme of this week though, because our next game on the list is Bug Academy. There we go. Which does have a demo, by the way, a free demo.
Let's see. Yeah, by Igric Games, published by Ultimate Games. Bug Academy is a crazy action game in which you control a swarm of insects, break through walls while delivering fridges, send rockets into space using chili sauce, or catch ghosts with a vacuum cleaner. Finish all the lessons and pass the final exam to become Bug Academy graduate.
Oh my god, what a crazy concept. I'm just like, this is great. Throw cows. It's so strange and amazing.
Someone was on a lot of drugs while playing Katamari Damacy is how I'm thinking this game to be.
Also, on their website, I went to Egret Games' website. They say the music is composed by the faithful bug students in the academy, like the bug student orchestra. So that's why it has this sort of pokey little noise. It is a solo dev. Jacek Perzanowski. I'm sorry for butchering your Polish name. I know I pronounced that wrong. But yeah, they previously developed a mobile game, Blossix, which got downloaded some 2 million times on Androids. So he's got experience there, and now he's got a new PC game, first one on Steam.
Nice.
This looks so fun.
Yeah. I just think the style is just adorable, but just the concept is crazy and fun, and I don't know, there's just like so many little almost so like mini games you can play and stuff. So yeah.
It does have, and I think Dewey already said it has a free demo, so I definitely have to check that demo out, because
there's like 30 lessons, special military operations, delivering pizzas. It's like everything.
You gotta make those bugs able to contribute to society.
Yeah. Hats get stats depending on how well you perform on each lesson. Use those stats to unlock special hats and customize your bugs.
I mean, so it's got hats. That means it's a Steam game, right?
Yeah. No kidding.
Indeed. But yeah, it is just it is $8.99 US.
10% off right now, and it's £6.47.
Yeah. Next in our week of cuteness is Shadows That Kill You. On Wednesday, January 19th, we have a game called Lightmatter. Oh wait, this isn't cute.
Yep, it is adorable. I tell you what, it's a first-person puzzler where shadows kill you. There's nothing cuter than that. Watch your step or be swallowed by the cute darkness.
This one's been on my periphery. I've seen a few other outlets pick up on this, and it gives that sort of what do you call it?
Kind of Portal-ish vibe.
Yeah, that's that Portal vibe. I like because it's got that narrator going on as well in the background. I quite like.
Yeah, it just sort of takes a engine gimmick, and it's like, this is the game. That is always really neat when studios do that. And this one seems to be that next sort of neat puzzler. It's gotten very good reception, like 289 reviews with 90% positive. So,
Talos Principle, good call. There's
Yes, indeed. It does seem
really
to be similar.
Call. Yeah, kind of art style puzzle. Yeah. He's a thinker, I tell you what.
Yeah, so think of it. The floor is lava, except with shadows.
Mm-hmm.
So
It looks neat.
Cute shadows. Because remember, we did introduce this as a very cute game, so cute shadows and cute darkness.
I mean, if you look at the rest of releases, it was just all like this cute stuff. It was like, wow, people are in a mood for January. Like now it's finally.
It was the January slump, and then it's like, I need something cute and adorable, and then it's like, no, you need to stay in the darkness. Play this instead.
Free to try the first hour of the game. You can upgrade to the full version to keep playing. Progress is saved. It is a full $20 though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was seeing that first hour free, and then it's £15.49, and it's just like,
yeah.
But at least if you try it first, you'll know what you're getting into.
Yeah,
that is neat. I'm wondering how long. Like, is that the first puzzle? I am kind of curious. How much of what the tutorial's like, but it probably does. Yeah. It seemed they seem to show some tutorial levels where it's like, hey, just stay in the light, guys. Yeah.
So we have Zara saying, "Is it speed runnable in an hour?"
I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be. If you thought we would be able to go a week without a roguelike release, you would be wrong. Our next title is Tower of Shades.
Alright, yeah, Markus, Villabos. The game where you start at the final boss.
Yep. The composer is César Tovar, and the artist is José Pancheco, and I think they're all from Costa Rica. At least the dev is, and the composer's also from Costa Rica. I don't know about the art. But yeah, it's kind of, the pixel art is, I wouldn't give it any awards, but it's got a certain charm for just a kind of a smaller game.
Yeah, the heads seem a whole lot smaller than the body. Like it is a weird proportion thing that's really throwing me off.
To me, some of the animation are just a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know,
So this game has a mechanic where basically every time you die, you start the game again with one additional power. Like you get a new power every time you die. So it basically gives you that pressure to getting to eventually be in the game. It is a very short game, but it's also $2. So
yeah.
£1.69. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Developed by Lame Jam. I like the name. I love the name.
Yeah, $2 for 2 hours seems pretty fair. That it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got some good music. Our next title is called Self, and it wins the award for being impossible to Google. I could not find any information on this game.
Self is a suspenseful, Kafka-esque, text-based adventure game with simulation and puzzle mechanics. Could you seize the opportunity to find your father and yourself back in this introspective journey?
Yep. It seems very odd.
Yeah, we don't do too many like text-based adventures. I think they're always can be a bit of a hard sell. Because I think you sort of
there's a little bit more than a text adventure.
Yeah, there's a lot of visualizations going on as well, but they're always they have to be very well done to like get people into them. But it's this looks like there's a bit more happening, and it looks very interesting. I'm intrigued with this one. I'm quite intrigued.
I think they need to meet the folks from Bug Academy and like share drugs with each other, and they'll be like mellowed out to like a happy medium instead of like over the top happy and like really over the top like dark and dramatic.
It is a fascinating aesthetic to it, and I like how they call it a text game when there's a lot more than just text here. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very bizarre. Also, the developer is doBell. Again, I've not been able to find any information because doBell is the last name of several politicians. So, good luck finding anything about them. So, but yeah, so.
It's 10% off right now, sorry, and it's £3.59. It's
There's a deluxe edition available too.
yeah. There's 43 reviews right now and 100% positive.
Wow.
Wow.
It's $4.49 US. What does the deluxe edition entail?
That's what I'm trying to.
Oh, it has the OST.
It's the OST. Yeah.
Mm.
It has the soundtrack for our dear friend Justin.
Yeah. It's just weird that they're calling that a deluxe edition instead of like self-plus OST bundle.
Yeah, they could just call it the OST bundle. It's odd.
And as we have has said, this is won quite a few awards from Indie Play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they won the excellence in narrative.
So I think it's safe to say it's probably worth your $4.
Yeah.
From Thursday, January 16th, what would you do for your cat? Save the world seems to be the line for our next title, Super Crush KO.
Yeah, I have a super crush on Roadie, and she knocked me out for saying it. No, I was just teasing. Super Crush KO is a fast-paced brawler set in vibrant near-future city. Zip up your favorite neon jacket and combo your way through swarms of deadly robots to save your kidnapped kitten. And while you're at it, save humanity from an AI apocalypse. This is all over the place. So it looks fun.
I like the artwork. I love the art style and like the little cutscenes as well, like the comic book style, and it's I love the color theory and everything. It just looks great. Yeah,
it's and this is a pretty this studio is made up of 5 devs and they're pretty experienced. They also created the game We Are Doomed and Graceful Explosion Machine, all with a similar bright color, no lines aesthetic. Looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I also like that the whole thing is basically the android like kidnaps your cat, like they're like destroying the world, and then the android sees your cat and goes like, "Oh, I love it," and steals your cat, and then it's just like caring for your cat, and your cat's just like, "Oh, this is great," and you're just out to rescue your cat.
Attention and love.
So.
Of course, the cat would be like that. It's just like, yeah, it's whatever. Am I getting fed?
Fine.
Yeah.
It's just a very funny premise, but really smooth and beautiful looking. So, Vertex Pop. And it is $13.49 US.
Yeah, 10% off right now. $10.25. Just seeing how long it is. I'm not sure that we've got another. It says over 20 challenging levels, so I'm not sure.
How long it's 13 hours long.
Yeah.
But
there's no way it's gonna be that long, which is kind of a bummer, but
yeah. Reason it's short, around 2 hours from what the reviews are saying. Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm running into, and I've been seeing people who've been playing it for about 4 or 5 hours, so it might be like, oh, I'm gonna go through and try it again, sort of thing.
Or get the achievements and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So it's little bit slightly higher priced, but with everything in it, I don't know. I would say 14. Looking at it, I would say $14.99 is fair. I wish it was a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's one of those ones that I don't, you kind of don't mind paying a little bit extra because it's very well polished and you're getting a good experience out of it. And you never know, they might put in DLC or something, free DLC. We'll see.
It's very beautiful though. Alrighty. And to wrap up, we have our obligatory mousy game of the new year. It is Rodent Warriors.
Let's see. Rodent Warriors is an epic 2D roguelike RPG idle indie retro game about rodents.
That was a whole lot of like things that are indie games. Like, there's a list of things: 2D, roguelike, RPG, idle, indie.
I was going to say those are tags, not your game description.
I would like to know, like, what's the plot premise, or something like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do like the fact that you can be different kinds of rodents, though. Like, you be guinea pig, mouse, capybara. So yeah, the different rodents have are different like jobs. So a mouse is a scout, capybara is a knight, porcupine is a barbarian, beaver is a wizard, rat is a necromancer, weasel is a swashbuckler. So it's like this is just amazing, and every rodent has a unique skill which gets stronger as you use them. And
Weasels aren't rodents, though.
Okay.
Sorry. Weasels aren't rodents. It just bothered me.
I know. They could have put something else in there, like a hamster.
Yeah, a hamster. A swashbuckling hamster. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
I wonder if they have anything about like the capybara using its scent to like lure people, because apparently capybaras smell like popcorn. Well, welcome to a weird random fact that I know about animals.
That sounds like an amazing pet to have in the house. Just make your house always smell like popcorn. My word.
They're so cute.
But yeah, that is Rodent Warriors. The devs are out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, and it's just two devs, Kevin Smeltzer and Azucena. Athena. It's not Nia. Athena Nunez. Sorry, butchering Spanish names.
I am curious, and I might look this up on my phone here real fast, if this is also like an iOS Android game.
Might be.
Looking at button layout and everything else has a very big, this may have started as a game for like a mobile game first and then ported over to Steam.
It does seem to be that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is all of our games of this week. But yeah,
is it all of the games? Is it all of the games?
Yeah,
though?
yeah, it is 100% all the games. There are no more games.
Our next section is Rody's infamous dishonorables list.
Of course, we'll come back to this. We've come back to my corner of terribleness, and the first game of.
Hey, can I jump in real quick?
What?
Rodent Warriors was first out on mobile, and it's $9.99 on Steam. It's $1.50 on Android.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry. But going back to Rody's list, I'm so sorry.
So Human Simulator is our first
Human
title.
Simulator?
Yes.
Is it Amazing Human Simulator or?
It's just human. It's not amazing. It's just Human Simulator.
Okay.
It's definitely not amazing.
Meet Mr. Human. Oh, I wonder if his middle name is Jack. Hugh loves humans and he wants to be just like them. Help Hugh to fit in and learn what human life is like by manually moving his head, arms, and legs as you work together to explore an array of fun and wacky jobs in the pursuit of helping Hugh to fit and be accepted by all. Oh.
This just looks disturbing. Just so disturbing.
Oof, this seems like a game that a stream would just play because it's like, this looks so bad, my viewers are gonna love this. Like,
yeah, oh my god. It's terrible. I thought like we've come out of that simulator phase, but clearly not. Clearly not. No. And this is £7.19.
$9.99 US.
Oh dear. And of course there are a few people that have played this, and I can see positive reviews for it.
I was waiting to scroll down and see if it was product received for free, and there was only one.
Oh dear. And
Well, so they made some money on it.
That's true.
The next one is, of course, bed laying simulator.
Bed laying simulator?
Yeah. See, I thought the simulator thing is over, but no, it's made a big resurgence.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, those are long johns. Right?
Yes.
And
Shiny long johns.
Shiny long johns.
And there's also a girlfriend experience DLC.
Oh.
Oh.
Gosh, I need a shower.
Rody, what have you done?
So it's 41% off right now, and so it's 47 pence. Oh dear.
I really need to click on that girlfriend experience because I'm curious. Oh no, it's not age appropriate.
Okay.
No,
I wouldn't have thought so.
I wouldn't think it would be.
It's apparently really clean. It's just experience laying in a bed with a girlfriend. That's it.
Is your bed lying to you?
So true, because it's spelled lying, not like.
Yeah. Yeah. See me lying on the bed or lying to a bed, or maybe the bed is lying. Is your bed lying to you? So weird. So weird. So weird.
Yep.
Well, the next one is Schools Solitude. There you go.
Oh, skulls.
Oh, sorry, Skulls. Yeah, sorry. my pronunciation is not great.
All right, Skull Solitude.
Casual
Only
action
$2.
RPG budget title with a dark fantasy cyberpunk
Budget
setting.
title, how brutally honest.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's. I mean, there's nothing going on, is there? It's like almost like a tech demo or something.
Help.
And casually, you know, just going for a stroll down the corridors. That's it. But yeah, and look, it's showing you can punch and roll.
You can roll, yeah.
Yeah.
What am I gonna say? Like, it's $1.99. Like Chung Wai, whatever. What is this? Congrats, you know how to use Unity. Good job.
Good job, you.
Good
Good
job.
job, Chun. But Chun, why you make this? Why?
Yeah,
Why you make this?
Why you make this?
Yeah, so this is £1.69. You know, if you really want to play as a great sword wielding undead in a bulky power suit, robot flying cars and demons, but you know, I can't really see that in the trailer, but okay. Familiar, easy to pick up action RPG mechanics. High difficulty if player wants to avoid dying. Casual difficulty otherwise.
It's just $1.99 US, but why?
Yeah. So I got one more, and I think this one will uplift you a little bit.
Okay.
Because this is one that I didn't know whether to put in the bad list or if to put in the honorable mentions.
That is a very odd situation to find yourself in.
Yeah, so it's Here Come the Mystery Teens.
All right.
Comedic narrative RPG about teenagers, ghost, art, and inspiration.
Oh, so it's kind of like a spoof on the
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Oh, it actually looks cute.
It does. There's some things that are just quite adorable about it, and then there's just some things that are, I don't know, not so
and this was back out in December 4th. So yeah, that's where I would at least have to hit honorable mention, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe it was out in early access then. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what my thoughts exactly.
Oh, gotcha. I always forget about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it just I don't know. I feel like the look of this maybe could have been worked on a little bit more, especially the backgrounds, and it just looks really like
solid colors, very
yeah,
very just solid colors. It's
that white background that it's just like it's just like pretty shocking. And it's just like you just couldn't be. You feel like some things have been worked on a lot, and then other things have just been like that white room, just not at all. It's like they've run out of money. Just says, "Oh, whatever. Here we go."
Yeah.
Look, there's a meow button.
There's a meow button. I don't hate it. Maybe
this is it. It's
this could be really nice.
This is it. It's like it's not something that I hate. It's just it's like if you have already put in that effort, could you not just take the next level of it? Really, that's the thing. I think that's why I have a problem with it.
Yep. By Alex Mankin. It is $4.99 though if you want to check it out. This is the only one that I'm like, hey, if you want to check it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's $3.99.
One of these days, I'm scared that you're gonna do like the Brody's Dishonorables, and it's gonna be like one of them is gonna be a game that I actually put on my wish list. I'm scared that that's gonna happen someday.
That game almost hit my wish list because it was just cute enough to like. Oh man, if it was just a little bit cheaper, I probably would have wish listed. But
I think that's another thing as well. It's like it for the look of it and everything, you're not sure how long it is, and also like too much of like what you have to do in it. It's there's I think it should be a bit cheaper.
Alrighty. And with that is we've survived. We made it through. I didn't pucker too much. My face hurts just a little bit. After that, cringe.
I don't know. There was quite a pucker moment, but
Human Simulator. Ugh.
Yeah, that was oh boy.
So let's wrap up on a high note. What was your favorite of the week? What was the game that really stood out to you? And I'm going to start with Rody. What was your game of this week?
Oh God, is a bit difficult. I kind of leaning towards Bunny Park, but I'm not sure if that has. It's not a game that has like a deep sort of narrative, which is sort of like what I like with like those kind of farm games. Like there's sort of like a nice story to go along with it. So I'm not sure if that has enough going on for me to like actually pick it up. So I think Bug Academy. There's just like there's all these like different kind of mini games and everything. Although I feel like I would probably be too ham-handed to actually play it. Oh dear, but yeah, it looks interesting. I like what they've done.
Yeah, both and interestingly, both of your choices were Solodev created. Yeah. What about you, Tom?
I'm on 100% Rody's wavelength this week. Bug Academy was my game of the week.
Okay, Bug Academy.
It was so cute, so well. It looks fantastic, and like I know it seems kind of weird and out there, but visually it looks so good. And if it's got so many different things going on, I do want to try the demo just to make sure that it actually functions well as well. Sometimes things look well, but it plays jank. So I do want to try it out first. Otherwise, the second backup probably I'm a little self-looked interesting. but it might be, and just because of the style of play, it probably Super Crush KO.
Super Crush. Yeah, Super Crush. That was one I was also like thinking.
It's the only reason that didn't make my top one of the week is because of the price. Price did not justify it for me. Where that's where I would probably put even Self in my number 2 position for the week. I'd go like Bug Academy 1, Self 2, Super Crush 3, and then Bunny Park is an honorable mention due to how adorable it is, but 100% with Roadie on the fact of probably no narrative. It's just a quick sim.
Yeah. As for me, I think my favorite of the week is probably Super Crush, but likely gonna wait for a sale to check it out. I do like these sort of battle platformer games, and it's just got such a neat aesthetic, and there's a cat. So yeah, Super Crush KO, with my second probably being Lightmatter, actually.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah.
I love Portal. Like, I absolutely love Portal. And I am really curious if this game would really do that. Although, just aesthetically, it doesn't seem as polished as Portal. Which, it's Valve, so you're comparing Valve to Tunnel Vision games, which I don't think is a fair comparison.
No, but anywhere would die quick.
Yeah, but I am curious. I do wonder if it'll put me in that existential terror like Portal did, though, with the shadows and crap. Probably it would. Me playing Portal, it was like a horror game. So, but yeah, so that is our best of the week. So we first just want to let everyone plug themselves. Roadie, where can the internet find you, and what's up?
Oh no, I'm well, you can find me on twitch.tv/Roadypie, although I haven't been streaming for a while, but you never know, I might pop up and do a stream. You never know.
So we do have a suggestion. What is this? Araya Pathway to Dawn. You had on your it wasn't, this came out on January 17th. Look at that. Oh, I did not see this one. Oh, thanks Zal for bringing it up. So he just brought up a game that he noticed. What about you, Tom?
You can find me trapped in this. It used to be a box, but now it's a circle. You can find me trapped here. I have currently retired from streaming. There may be a semi-return to stream for a little bit. Because I'm gonna be working overnights, and I'm gonna have to get used to getting myself into an overnight schedule, and there's not much to do at night, so I might stream, or I might be working on YouTube stuff. And you can find me on YouTube. It's Tommybyrd. We're gonna be doing some board game content here real soon. Planning on doing some playthroughs of card game called Marvel Champions, introducing all the different characters, all the different bad guys. And doing like a little how-to on that. Those are coming hopefully within the next week or two.
About you, Dewey?
Me, I am I think I'm starting to get back into the swing of things, so you can find me on this lovely channel that you're on right now, and I will be probably streaming pretty I'd say at least once a week besides the podcast. So is what I'll be able to do. It's just a lot of other stuff happening. I'll probably be working overtime at work. So overtime, but I'm getting that overtime pay.
Yeah,
so
money moves.
Yeah. And don't forget, you can to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also check out our curator page.
Yes.
Here's the link right there, and don't forget to give that a follow, and you'll be able to catch up with any of the games that we've mentioned. We're slowly but surely writing all those reviews out.